John Eats Cheap. It's getting that time of year, fall. You get to use the crock pot a little bit more. Did a freezer dive, found a nice chuck roast from our side of beef. This is about a 3-pounder, and this will make at least 2 meals with leftovers for us. We're going to do an Italian beef with it, and then we haven't decided if we're going to do hot beef sandwiches or beef and noodles. It depends on what we're in the mood for. You have that option when you're doing this. Here's how I do it. Got the crock pot ready, got the roast out of the freezer, thawed out. I'm just going to season it up with some of my salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder mixture. It's my burger seasoning. Real simple, just going to season it up on all sides. Get it in the crock pot, put it on low. It's morning right now, so we'll get it on low and just let it go there all day until it's nice and tender. And then we'll finish out for tonight's special Italian beef sandwiches. In she goes. All right, so it's been about 7 hours, 6 hours. The roast is ready. I can tell because of the internal thermometer.
Oh.
The bone slides right out. So we're going to pull this out and shred it, and we're going to get the grease or the oil off of our broth and get ready to make tonight's dinner with this roast.
It smells so good.
So as you can see, we got about a cup and a half of broth left. I did take the fat off of that. And when I cooked the roast, I did put about half a cup of water in there too. So that's really good beef broth, but we're going to make it a little better. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of au jus mix. You can do beef broth, better than bouillon. You can do bouillon. I'm just going to mix that up. Really give it some good flavor. Crockpot is still on low. I'm going to add in a little Italian dressing. This is the knockoff of Olive Garden. Any Italian dressing will do. I'm just going to put a few tablespoons of that in. Some jardiniere. This is the Aldi brand, and Mrs. Cheap and I like it. We prefer the mild. As we got older, we couldn't quite handle it. So we'll put a couple of big tablespoons of that in there as well.
I'm very delicate.
Yes, you are. And then I'm going to do half of our roast. This is what we got when I kind of pulled it or shredded it. So we're going to put about half of that in for the Italian beef sandwiches and save the rest for, we haven't decided yet, beef and noodles or hot beef sandwiches. I'm just going to
all good.
Just going to put about that much in. Oh, a little bit more. Because this stuff does freeze well. So there you go. There's our Italian beef. We're going to just keep this on low. Let that beef take in all that flavor and be ready to eat. We're ready to eat. So we got our nice hoagies, Sam's Club hoagies. Just baked them a couple of hours ago. It smells good. I can smell that jardiniere. And there's our Italian beef. Hey, how do you make Italian beef? Do you have a way you like it? You do it different? Something you add? Something you do differently? Let us know in the comments. This is always tricky because it's very hot. And you go onto this roll and the drippings, woo, very hot. A little bit more. There we go. And then just for good measure, some of the juice. I could do like in Chicago and, dip it. Because that is good on that hoagie. And there you go. That's our Italian beef. We might have leftovers. We might not. We got another one coming up we're going to do with the rest of that roast beef, that chuck roast. So here we go. Now you could add a slice of cheese, Swiss or provolone in there, but we like it just like that. Look at all that beefy goodness. The jardiniere with the peppers and a juicy bun. That is some good eating right there with John Eats Cheap. We're ready to dig in, and what are we going to do with that leftover roast beef? Here we go. All right, so there's that leftover roast beef. Got it out of the fridge. I got some noodles, crock pot. I'm heating up some beef broth. We're going to do some beef and noodles with part 2 of our chuck roast in the crock pot. So I used all the broth from the roast. I used that when we had our first meal with the pot roast. So I'm using beef base or beef broth, beef bouillon, better than bouillon. And of course, we got some au jus left over too. So I put that in for some extra good flavor too. So I've heated up my beef broth, and Mrs. Cheap asked, yes, you can use canned or, a carton of broth. I didn't measure out how much because I'm just going to put in enough to cover the noodles here. Kind of like that right there. I'm going to save the leftover because I may need to add that as this thickens up. Now we'll get our roast beast in there. And get this on the crock pot on high. So there we are 3 hours later. And I did stir it once after an hour and after 2 hours. And that's the consistency we like. With beef, for some reason, with beef and noodles, we like not a lot of broth. With chicken and noodles, we want some broth. But this is perfect. Got our mashed taters, homemade. I'm sorry, hand peeled and made from scratch. And in the Midwest, we always do it on mashed potatoes. I don't know why.
Because it's delicious.
It is very delicious. Comfort food. Go on. I'm going to get a little bit of the broth. That's our beef and noodles. I'll put a little salt and pepper on this, but I'll go ahead and try it like this, even though I know it'll need salt and pepper. So that roast did 2 good crock pot meals, and we'll obviously have leftovers here too, just like we did with our Italian beef. And really, the noodles don't get mushy. You can see that. They're separated. I just really like doing it this way, and it's a lot easier than having to, time it or stand over it. We're ready. Fall is here. We're ready for comfort food with John Eats Cheap.